was in college, I desperately wanted to travel abroad because I did not want to take art history class, and the place I wanted to go was Italy. My little cousin had just turned 18 years old, so we decided to go together. It was my cousin's first time flying, and I kid you not, during takeoff, there was this lady trying to get up and get the flight attendant's attention because 101 Dalmatians was frozen on her son's TV. For a fat second, I thought my cousin's first flight was going to include a woman flying to the back of the plane because she was standing during takeoff. Thankfully, the rest of the flight was not nearly as interesting as the beginning. We flew directly into Venice, and honestly, once we got there, we were looking out the window, and from above, it kinda looked like Florida. We got out of the airport, and on our way to our hotel, we actually witnessed a car accident, and one of the guys got out of his car and looked at the other dude and exclaimed very loudly, "Mamma mia!" And we were shook. Personally, I thought Mamma Mia was just an Italian stereotype, but unprompted, we had witnessed it in person, so it must be real. Venice on ground level was actually beautiful. Milan was terrible. Just go to New York City and let them yell at you there. Lake Como was fun and looked like a beautiful lake back home in the Appalachian Mountains, honestly. Lake Como is a little bit fancy, so we dressed in like really cute dresses, and then we proceeded to get rained on the ferry. So once we got off the ferry and we found a store that was actually selling tracksuits on sale, we were like, we gotta buy these tracksuits. And then we tried to ask the lady that was working there if we could wear them out of the store, but the problem was she didn't speak any English and we didn't speak any Italian. So it's basically the blind leading the blind. So after we bought the tracksuits, we ended up buying a drink at a random restaurant and then just changing into the tracksuits in their restroom. And so then we were walking around a town in Lake Como in matching tracksuits, and then we got McDonald's, because the McDonald's in Italy is kind of fire. Throughout this trip, we were traveling by bus. We were also drinking a lot of sparkling mineral water because they had it everywhere, and my cousin and I love sparkling mineral water. So one day while we were on the bus, my cousin tried to put a liquid IV inside her sparkling mineral water, which is a really bad idea, and I don't recommend you trying it because it exploded all over us on the bus. When we got to Florence and got off the bus, there was immediately blood on the sidewalk outside, so I can't say that we really enjoyed Florence, but they did have really good sandwiches. We also visited the catacombs near Florence, which are some of the oldest catacombs ever discovered, and I was terrified because it was dirt tunnels 30 feet underground, and our guide specifically instructed us not to wander off because they do not know what's down all of the tunnels. But we did see that hip-hop girl from High School Musical. At the end of our trip, we attended a wine tasting, and throughout this trip, we had been traveling with a group of other young adults through a traveling agency. All the other members of our group had been partying most of the trip at different clubs and such, and my cousin and I had not. While at the wine tasting, everyone was super hungover from the night before, and didn't want to drink any of the really good wine that they had been served. So they gave it all to my cousin and I, because we were not hungover. We probably both had like half a bottle of wine total, and we were, let me just say, having a good time. When we got to the end of the wine tasting, our travel guide let us all know that our next activity for the day was going to Mount Etna, which, by the way, is one of the most active volcanoes on the planet right now, and we had just had a bit too much wine. They drove us in a bus to the top of an active volcano after a bit too much wine. The top of the volcano was like a different planet. The temperature dropped to 20 degrees at least. There were only little flowery plants growing up there, and the entire terrain was loose lava, rock, gravel, and of course, because we were in Italy, there was a cafe at the top of the volcano. Our time on the volcano included us sliding around on the gravel eating cannolis after too much wine.